What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. It is your main man, Mr. Unstoppable, and today we're going to talk about manifestation and one of the best tricks that you can utilize to help you manifest better. I've been studying, spiritual, esoteric things for quite some time. I'm into meditation. I'm into programming the subconscious mind, into affirmations, into a lot of like spiritual, esoteric stuff. All of you who've been watching my channel, you notice I talk about these things quite often. And when it comes to manifestation, man, one of the things that I've noticed recently more, is when you get super excited about something, you want to tell everybody. Because you're excited, man. When you're very excited, you want to be like, hey, man, I'm working on this thing, you tell everybody. But the thing that happens with that is when you do that, for one, you open yourself up to other people's influence. So if you have something in mind that might seem preposterous or outlandish to somebody else, or if you share it with somebody who might view what you're doing in a negative type of manner because they would never attempt to do the thing that you're trying to do, they're going to project their own self-limiting beliefs onto you. And that is going to mix in with the energy of what you have, what you're trying to create, what you're trying to manifest. So being able to be more silent about the things that you are working on is going to benefit you a lot, because you're not allowing yourself to release that stored energy, all that excitement, that motivation, that inspiration that you have. When you start thinking about you accomplishing that goal, you're going to be letting it out of that container. And that's gonna take away from your manifestation ability too as well. And then secondly, if you tell the wrong people who are not going to be necessarily like happy for you or be on the same page and frequency as you, they're going to give you negative energy based on what you told them. And to no fault of their own, people have their own fears and things like that, and most of the time we just project ourselves onto other people. So when you tell somebody something about yourself, it just really just puts a mirror up to them, because we are just really what everybody else does really just reflects on us, really, because of how we perceive it. And like I said, people will start to share their fears and put that onto you. Oh, you can't do that. Why do you think you can do that? That's impossible. That's not going to work. Or just things like that. And that's going to kind of pollute the energy that you have moving forward with manifesting what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So if you are overweight and you tell somebody that I just came to the conclusion, you know what, I want to lose 100 pounds. I'm tired of living like this. I don't want, to continue doing this. And somebody might tell you, oh, no, you're perfectly fine the way that you are. Something like that. You might have heard that before. But they're just projecting themselves onto you. And whenever people speak, that's also energy, right? So when people say certain things to you, you might internalize it and then start to doubt yourself. So that's another way that telling people what you're working on or working towards can work against you. Now, not to say don't ever share anything with anybody that you're trying to accomplish or manifest. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's always better to be silent about it while you're making it happen. And then when it has become manifested, and you can speak about it because it's already came to pass. But if you do want to, another thing that you can do, you can be very selective with who you speak to about your goals and aspirations. So if you have somebody who supports you, who loves you, is going to give you compassion and give you some positive feedback on it, then by all means do it, because what that's going to do is it's going to amplify that energy. It's going to amplify that energy, and then that's going to benefit you. It's going to help you exponentially get even more, because when they share positive affirmations with you, tell you that they believe in you, that you can do anything, like all of these things are going to be going into your mind, especially if you take what they say into account. Like if what they say matters to you, you know what I'm saying? So if you can do that, if you share with someone, make sure you're very selective. Think about it, even if they're close, like relatives, those people, just because somebody's like a relative or like a friend to you doesn't mean that they're not going to project their fears onto you. Okay, so don't ever take that personally, because they're just telling you, they're just letting you know that, hey, I'm afraid, so I'm going to project that fear onto you, So like, just like if, you know, you're driving home one day and before you leave one of your friends' house, they say, make it home safe. It's crazy out here and da da da. And they're saying all these things. They're projecting that fear onto you. You know what I mean? But that's just how it works. You know, that's not something that they're doing purposely. So don't take it personal, but just always take mental stock of like, hey, if I talk to this person about this thing, what would they say? Would they be with it? Would they give me some positive reinforcement, or are they going to tell me some negativity thing just based on their personal fears? So it's always best to be as quiet, as silent as possible while you're working towards making something happen, unless somebody is going to be helping you do that. You know what I mean? So then that way, again, y'all can amplify that energy and get you to your goal even in an even better manner. Because it's always better to work with people who are in the same alignment and frequency as you are, because it's always going to make the outcome a lot better. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying do everything alone, but be very selective with who you share your goals and aspirations with, because of the way that they might project themselves onto you. Now, if it's a person who's successful or maybe has done the thing that you want to do, you can talk to them because they've been through that themselves, and they're going to give you some good positive feedback and some good energy to help you along that way. So that way you won't feel like you're alone, because it's a lot harder to do things by yourself. But I had to delete some storage off my phone real quick, but we back just like that. Bow. But yeah, keep these things in mind whenever you are manifesting anything, man. Silence is golden, and the more that you can hold that energy in and just use that excitement and all of those things to stay quiet about what it is that you're manifesting, so that way you won't have anybody projecting themselves onto you and whatever it is that you're creating, okay? Because it's very important, all right? If you like the video, if you want to connect more with me, you can join my school community. The link is in the description. And as always, no obstacle is greater than the power that you have within. And stay unstoppable. Peace.